The cooking never stops, with always needing more and more ingredients for dishes. Whether you're choosing to sell on the central market or choosing to use for imperial cooking, learning new dishes to cook is always a must, and knowing how much you can make for choosing to cook them is a plus. Welcome back to the series all about life skilling. My name's Teddy, and today we'll be making Eilton sandwiches in preparation to cooking up thousands of Balak lunchboxes later this week. So get those cooking utensils ready, and let's just get started cooking up some Eilton sandwiches. I'm out here in the northern wheat plantation where I have all of my cooking ingredients to start cooking up a couple thousand Eilton sandwiches. This is a great dish if you spend a lot of time out in the mountain of internal winter region, but the main selling point is the Balak's lunchbox, which is great for AFK fishing and imperial trading. This recipe requires 2 citron, 2 soft bread, 4 eggs, and lastly 5 paprika. If you've been following the series, you'll already know how I've been gathering all the ingredients needed, but for those who need a quick recap, the citron is gathered out here at Mazeland Citron Orchard next to Eilton. Workers can be sent here to gather throughout the week, or you can manually gather them. Eggs can be gathered using workers here at Bartali Farm, Finto Farm, and lastly here at Narcion. Soft bread is made by using 3 dough, 2 egg, 3 milk, and 2 leavening agent. Now I plan on making at least 10,000 Eilton sandwiches, and I've made sure to have all the ingredients together, so I just have to get the dishes made up and I won't waste as much time. To speed this up and hopefully finally hit Guru Cooking, I'll be wearing my +4 silver embroidered cook's clothes for that added experience and speed, the event item for more speed and experience, and finally the staple of cooking, the kanape outfit. This should give me 1 second cooking and speed up how long it'll take me, but let's get started cooking everything. Before I can start making the sandwiches, soft bread has to be made. For this, I made sure to get corn processed down into dough since it's cheap to use and workers can gather hundreds with ease, let alone thousands a week. Processing the dough was the longest part and the more boring section of cooking all these dishes. I could have just bought all of the dough needed, but let's be real, I love torturing myself here on the channel. As for milk though, I have an alt set up for milking so I can save all my energy on my main. It normally costs 10 mil for a stack of 500, but if you're looking for more milk, exchanging 50 golden seals from Imperial Cooking awards 50 milk, or 10 witches delicacy nets 120 milk. If milk and eggs aren't the issue, then making soft bread is pretty easy and can be used for a lot of other recipes for imperial cooking. For those wondering, this will use around 8,000 eggs and 12,000 milk. It's a lot, but the need for cooking artifacts is a perfect way to try to get them, and I can finally hit Guru. I'm making 11,000 soft bread for this, so the increased speed is a godsend. All the blue grade bread is going to be sold at the end since I plan to use all the green for my cooking needs. This way I can increase all the profits from doing all this. And just in case repairing is an issue, I make sure to have my tools on hand just in case. Comment down below if you've bothered cooking Eilton meals or if you choose to make other dishes instead. I know using Valentia meals for Guru boxes is the go-to method, but trying something different is a fun part of the game for me. While you're down there, be sure to leave a like if you're enjoying all the life skilling in Black Desert. But jumping back into this, getting all the soft bread done, it's finally time to jump into the Eilton sandwiches themselves. Throwing everything into the pot, this is going to take some time, but at least it won't take hours. But for 10,000 dishes, it will take around 11,000 citron, 22,000 eggs, 11,000 soft bread, and lastly 28,000 paprika. I've gathered about 30,000 citron for making the Balak's lunchboxes, so I know I have enough for this. And if you haven't seen how to quickly get thousands of citron, make sure to check that out using the link in the top corner, or the link will be in the description down below. As for the paprika, these can either be bought from any fruit vendor or central market, but I chose to send my workers to the northern wheat plantation to gather paprika for months in preparation. I could have used my workers for something else and spent silver on all the paprika, but this is easier to have them gather and forget about them. Like mentioned with the eggs, having workers gather eggs throughout the week can amount to a couple thousand if workers have the right skills, though any skill will do. Because I've been trying to get stir and the cooking artifacts together, I'll accept the silver loss on turning all these into the Balak's lunchboxes for imperial cooking. Having more Guru boxes to turn in should help with getting something sooner, or at least I hope. If you have a personal storage, getting thousands of dishes can be made up easily without having to keep running to the storage, and it's always a great idea to buy the minor ingredients to keep in the storage. Since I cook out here in the northern wheat plantation, this helps with not having to run to Calphion and the farm vendor around the corner. As a small little side note, this is not going to be the best way to level cooking, nor is this the best way to make the most money with cooking. This is just a fun little way to show you how I level cooking and what I do with my dishes afterwards. You should just enjoy the game at your own pace. With more stacks being thrown into the storage. All the yellow gray dishes will be sold off afterwards, where the normal blues are going to be used for the lunch boxes, so I can make some profit for this now, while the dishes wait until I can hit Guru. This is a great way to get those witches delicacy, so if you have any guild cooking mission going on, you can easily do this. Being able to get a lot while cooking will speed up how fast I can hit Guru, while giving me more contribution points to fix my worker empire. I'm glad we at least have the byproducts with how long it takes to level cooking and how little some dishes can make. Eventually, I will try my luck at enhancing to a +5 or a Tet Manos cook clothes, but with how bad my RNG can be and already failing at my first 5 attempts at a Tet, buying a +5 might be in my best interest. Maybe I can do enough crate trading to pay for that and make a short about it, but we'll see how it goes. My hope with all this, besides hitting Guru, is to make at least a couple $100 million on the yellow gray dishes alone, and hopefully with higher cooking mastery, I can make more money back with Imperial cooking. Having the Valencia dishes valued more, I might just start choosing to sell those dishes and use these for boxes instead. With all the dishes done, it's time to get these all listed and show you how much you can make if you take the time. Over here in Califion, all the boxes weigh a lot, so not all can fit in the warehouse, but we'll do it in batches. Starting out with the blue Eilton Sandwhiches, because these have to be done in batches, these will make me 404 mil. Moving on to the yellows, selling these will make me 113 mil, which is a nice amount for having to wait for the remainder to be cashed in. As for selling the extra soft bread, these come out to a total of 240 mil, and as for the blue grade, these will make 60.9 mil. Lastly, with all those delicacies, I was able to get a good decent amount of cooking experience and another contribution point as a plus. In total, I was able to make about 840.1 mil. This is assuming you were going to sell everything, but with almost a billion silver for cooking, it's not too bad. Taking about half of that for the lunch boxes, being able to keep 400 mil feels good with a lot of the other dishes not being able to make that. I hope this helps you start cooking more and hitting Guru cooking sooner. With so many dishes in the game, it's always nice to see how much another dish can make and if these dishes are easier to be made. Needing more balance for AFK fishing, I can't complain about taking the time to make a couple $100 million and contribution points while doing it. Like I've stated before, making Valencia meals for Guru cook boxes are the go-to, and with seeing just how much I can make with just preparing for the lunch boxes, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do this again when I get more milk and eggs. But if you want to see how to start making millions for yourself or start leveling those life skills faster, click on this video and I'll see you in the next episode.